So why do covert narcissists play the victim? I'll tell you why. Because when they got physically abused as a child, the only safe space was when they were victimized. And so what they learned was that the shame of the father who hurt them would cause the father to then love on them. But the caveat is that the father had to shame them. See, narcissistic abusive parents have to displace their shame and guilt for abusing children onto the children. And so they accumulate shame. And so what ends up happening is that the only time a covert narcissist feels love is when they're being treated like a victim. And so they learn this. And so to avoid being abused, they will take on the personification of a hurt victim to be safe. Because being submissive, being vulnerable, appearing weak is something that entices caregiving as a defense mechanism against being hurt. And see, the accumulation of shame that they have has so much shame associated with everyday tasks that cheating on you does not cause any additional shame. Because let me tell you what it is. You see, the resentment that they feel has to exceed their fear, and then the resentment takes over, right? And so here's what happens. You see, they have so much conflict avoidance because they were abused. And so when they start to resent you, they feel threatened by your observation of their resentment. And so they hide it. Now, when the resentment metastasizes to a level where it exceeds the emotional drive of anger, exceeds their fear, then they will abuse you. And when they have resentment towards you, when the resentment exceeds the shame of cheating on you, then they were going to cheat on you. So if you're ever somewhere with the covert narcissist and they are getting upset, they're feeling stuck, if they leave you for any extended period of time, it is likely, most likely, that they are going to cheat on you with anybody. A female covert narcissist will sleep with anybody that validates them when they're resentful. If they go and run away to some man, they will fawn. And if they're mad at you, if a female narcissist is mad at you, that resentment towards you will eliminate all shame. Their shame is so high, but the shame is always there. You see, the shame is what's preventing them from doing anything in life. And so you see, they have shame when they're cooking. They have shame when they're watching you clean. They'll have so much shame, but then the resentment blocks the experience of shame. And so you see, that is why they get angry when they've done shameful things, because the anger blocks their experience of shame. That is why when they destroy the relationship from cheating, that's why when you catch them cheating, that's why they don't have any problem lying, because they always experience so much shame that the fear of being caught exceeds the shame. And so since they don't have a normal amount of shame, they act like they don't have shame because they have shame all the time. You see, they experience so much shame on a day-to-day basis, then they start to feel resentful. So you have to understand why female covert narcissists are so promiscuous is because to release themselves from the shame, they need to have shameful, lewd acts. When they're accumulating shame in the environment, they're going to want to do some lewd, despicable act behind your back because they're also punishing. You see, the female narcissist, every time they're romantic with a man, they are punishing their father. The reason why they show off a new supply is that is punishing you. They have parentified you. You're the bad father. And so you see, they do that to induce you because they want to be punished. You see, they associate you being angry at them with you loving them. You see, the reason why they'll push you to the breaking point is because when you fight with them, if you react with anger, if you react with resentment, if you react with jealousy, they associate being abused with being loved. Covert narcissists are highly attracted to abusive men because they think you care about them if you're jealous. They think you care about them if you're willing to fight with them. Why they need attention is, see, getting in the good graces of the abuser makes them feel safe. And so they crave male validation. And any male validation will do. Any male validation will do. That is why they gravitate to certain types of professions, because male validation is a drug to them. Because you see, they're always in shame, they're always in guilt, they're always stuck, they always need help, they need men to take care of them. That's what they associate with love. They want a provider. See, they want to be able to have a man provide everything and take care of them, but they need the toxicity. A covert female narcissist has a lust for things that are depraved, they disconnect and dissociate romantically, and they prefer things that are rough. They want to be on the edge of being abused because that's how they release themselves from shame. You need to understand that every single emotion that a female narcissist feels needs to be exercised. If they have resentment, they gotta abuse you. If they have shame, they've gotta do something shameful. And so they like to have shameful romantic partners because the shameful romantic partner releases them from the shame that's accumulated. And so they feel a release, a high from doing shameful things. They have an exhilaration. And so you see, in the backwards world of female narcissists, cheating is necessary. Okay, they have to cheat on you. It is impossible that they don't. If you have a female covert narcissist, it's 100% guaranteed that she has a double life, and it is way worse than you think. She's got a history of things that you would not really want to know about because it's depraved, it's shameful, it's disgusting. Their online persona and the way they look is completely different from the truth of the way they are. They're untrustworthy, they're unfaithful. You can't trust them to go anywhere. They have supply everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. And so if they're going to go home, they're going to sleep with somebody. Anytime they're away from you, if they do, they will literally do a soft discard for one night. They act like they're breaking up and they're going to go with the family member. They're not going with the family member. They're going with another man. And then they're just using the family member because that's what they all do. Narcissists use third parties to set themselves up to cheat. That's what they'll do. They don't care about their family. Like, I've had friends do that. See, narcissistic dudes will tell their wife they're coming to hang out with their buddy, but they're using you to go and meet other girls. And so you're just a cover. And so the narcissist is so sneaky that they'll literally stage something. They will literally stage being rescued by a family member so they can cheat on you. That is absolutely 100% the case. And so they're going to be doing shameful things behind your back. They're going to be doing it late at night. They're going to have secret applications. They're going to get caught cheating, but then they're just going to become better at hiding it. Cheating is like a lifeline for them. It's the only thing that reconciles them. The only thing that regulates their emotions is male validation. That is it. They have no other purpose in their life. Everything else is a front. They don't care about working. They don't care about anything. If they're doing anything at all, it is only to obtain male validation. That is it. They don't care about women friends. They're jealous of women. They have a jealousy complex. You see, they actually became jealous of their mother figures, whoever it was, to pine for their father's attention. And so the sick, twisted reality is that they're sleeping with their father whenever they're with men. And they're punishing their father. And so like when they're doing a smear campaign and they're showing off a new supply, that is just them punishing daddy. You think about like Alanis Morissette when she's talking about dragging her nails in someone else to upset her last boyfriend. That's the mentality of the covert female narcissist. When they're cheating on you, they're punishing you. That's what they're doing. They're getting revenge. And so they want to get even with you, and how they get even with you is by cheating. That is how they do it. That is a revenge betrayal tactic. And when they hurt you, that is perfectly intended. They wanted to hurt you because what they're doing is they're punishing their abusive father. And so, good dad is the one that's nice to him. Bad dad is the one that doesn't validate them enough. And so whoever's giving the female narcissist the best validation right now is who they're going to sleep with right now. They don't care. The only thing that they have to be careful of is being caught. That is the only thing that is a boundary. They don't want to be exposed, but I will tell you, they will sleep with anybody. Their personal trainer, anybody. Like literally, if you are a bartender, if you talk to bartenders, they'll see husband and wives come in and it just looks like a regular wife. The wife will make eye contact with the bartender and they'll both know. It'll click. That wife will come back and she'll start sleeping with that bartender. The pool guy, it doesn't matter. It's almost like there's this underground world of cheating narcissistic people, and that's just what they do. And so narcissists have a roster of other narcissists that they just use for the catharsis of shameful sexual rendezvous, and they always love to do that. If you're a secondary supply, the narcissist will just hit you up on no notice. They will sneak away like any moment. They can literally just break away for an hour and sleep with somebody. That is what they do. And so the secret life of the female covert narcissist is much worse than you could ever imagine. They are evil.